Dress to Impress is the largest game on Roblox right now and has absolutely been making waves across all the internet spaces and way outside of Roblox itself. And while the game's success is meteoric, the dark things going on behind the scenes were not going to be held back for long, and the developer of the game just got exposed for some pretty horrible allegations. So in this video, I'm going to be taking a look at exactly what has occurred with Dress to Impress. Now I do want to preface this saying I am completely unbiased and everything in this video is allegations, so don't spread hate to anyone in this video, but let's get right into it. So there is a mega thread made by this person named Peacherino talking about the Dress to Impress owner named Gigi. There are some pretty horrible things, so please be warned before we continue with the video. Now let's go on to address buying inappropriate pictures off of minors, racism, fat phobia, harassing staff, and all the other situations with Dress to Impress. In the replies they say, Gigi has literally made and involved themselves in 18+ servers as a minor, continuously making 18+ jokes, bought and solicited photos with other minors, harassing minors for 18+ photos, and this was acknowledged earlier this year by Gigi but was swiftly deleted. Umoye got paid to make the reply for Gigi, but will later state she had no idea about the incident or many of the terrible things Gigi has done and continue to do. In fact, let's get on to talk about the tap dancing this girl has done. She got her position from the previous DTI community manager for literally begging for it. Gigi didn't even want to hire her. Then after previous manager quit, they suggested Poison plus Umoye, but then started excluding her. Literally stealing the idea from DTI from a close friends of mine as well as RK2, stole assets, stole employees. Gigi's a racist in general and always has been, in fact. They literally hired Umoye for the sole reason of retorting that she's not racist. Literally hours of her being a flaming racist, denying black hairstyles and DTI, viewing them as undesirable, harassing RK2 owners, reusing stuff from previous games she worked on, harassing and attacking people after building her game off stolen assets, ideas, and people of color creators. There's so much more and this is just the tip of the iceberg. Though there's also this thing that is much larger by this person named Miss Spongies. This is actually a Google document and all the information from their side of this story. They said that they didn't want to make this tweet, but they feel like they've been done so wrong that they can't stay silent. They believe everything they're about to write is true and won't let her threats of legal action or her status scare me into being silent, and I won't tolerate this level of disrespect towards my work or myself. Certain names are censored, but let's get this going and understand the exact allegations here. The first and biggest claim is that she allegedly told her group chat that if my game blew up, that she would frame me for being an R-word. When she said this in the group chat, her ex-developers had a negative reaction to this joke, so she deleted the messages. These two pics right here are the messages, where Chowie says, also she wanted to frame the owner of It Girl, which is the other person's game, of R-word to get her canceled, but we reacted weirdly and she deleted. I could keep going, WTF, but it's okay now, I guess. And here's another person whose name censored for like anonymity reasons, saying, and basically Gigi was so jealous and furious that she wanted to expose you for R-word. I sadly don't have the screenshots because she deleted her message immediately after she told this to us, and the devs replied, So that's already an insane allegation, but there's actually so much more in this thread. The second claim is that she allegedly wanted to DMCA my game for being a copy. I've never spoken publicly about this, but my game has been in development since last year, and my main inspiration was actually Nova City. Another key inspiration for the body's clothing style was Royal High. DTI did not revolutionize using layered clothing in dress-up games, so to call It Girl a copy is not fair because you can easily say the same thing about DTI and Fashion Famous. And here's some pictures, feel free to pause if you'd like. These are just kind of the messages that people sent talking about what Gigi had done, the threatening to DMCA and stuff like that. Gigi has also done nothing to stop trolls from constantly hating on my game, which is something that I would do if I were in her shoes. But knowing what I know now, I understand why she never did, since the hate was also coming internally from her and her team. This is a bit aside from the point, but her game is constantly one of the top games on Roblox, so I don't understand why she felt threatened by a small game like mine. She admitted this was the case in the apology she mentioned a few days ago. Here's her apology right here, where at the end she says, I was just very mad because I felt like my game was being copied. I also saw TikTok videos shading Dress to Impress, which triggered me so much. But still, I know that's no excuse. I'm truly sorry for making those comments about your game, even if it was in private chats. It was never right. Now I see that there are no need to feel truly threatened by other games. The next allegation is that another one of her developers told me that she allegedly somehow got a photo of me and sent it in their group chat, and they were fat shaming me and making jokes about me breaking the floor. I don't have any pictures of me online, so I instantly knew that they were bullying some random girl. But that still doesn't change the fact that they were trying to bully me for how I look. The ex-developers do not have screenshots of her behavior because she would delete the messages, and they were also removed from the group chat where these conversations took place. And one of the developers who reached out to me said if you asked any of her current developers, they could also testify that these things happened, but they probably won't, and I understand that is because because DTI is a lot of people's livelihood. For anyone who may be doubting these things were actually said, Gigi herself reached out to me and tried to send an apology after there was a rumor spreading that someone was going to release a doc about her. There are other people who have had issues with Gigi, but the docs were completely unrelated to me. I only decided to make this today. If I feel like she was truly sorry, she would have come to me ages ago and apologized for the way she acted. We've been friends on Discord since the release of my game, which was about July, so from July to September, she's had every chance to reach out to me and talk things out to apologize. But she chose to apologize only after learning that people wanted to expose her. That's why I believe her apology is disingenuous and just an attempt at damage control. Either way, an apology isn't simply enough to fix a situation like this. As I was recording this video, another allegation just came out from a past developer on the game. The developer says, "My experience in Dress to Impress." For some context, in late February, I was a mod for the DTI Discord server. Previous mods and current mods have been identified as groomers, doxers, and horrible people. Gigi herself said she wouldn't be cancelled. Here's my experience. First, let's talk about Nini, the previous administrator, a known groomer and a total B-word. For context, Gigi told another mod she wouldn't be cancelled for grooming. She didn't even want to tell Nini she was fired herself. Nini says, "Will you shut the actual F word up? Nobody cares about this. This could get you cancelled even if it was in the past. You know how people are. I know you love and care about this game, so I don't want anything to happen to it, and I don't want you to get cancelled. It won't and wouldn't. Please direct whoever feels uncomfortable with me, and I'll personally apologize to them." Secondly, attached is a 20-minute long recording of DTI mods leaking people's emails through an event and then laughing and making a poll to leak them. That's insane. On to Serenity, a previous mod who was exposed for doxing and saying slurs in private channels regarding other members. The proof is a little bit difficult to follow. She was matching with other members who participated in doxing. Gigi refused to ban her or demote her. Serenity would constantly be NSFW in a community of minors and also was not banned or demoted, and the image is connected to that. I'm not really going to show it. It's just a bunch of people talking about, bodily organs in the chat with minors. Upon me getting doxed, a fellow moderator, Katie, questioned the legitimacy despite the proof. She was also genuinely crazy, constantly having a mental breakdown in public. A known groomer mod named Alien, who was almost 30, was allowed to remain on the staff team despite her constantly being in private calls with a minor. All around, the entire dev team was toxic. Devs would say slurs in the main chat and were not removed, and mods really did not care whatsoever. There was also a known situation where Gigi stole assets from The Sims, hence why all those hairs were removed, and the whole fashion star situation. Supporting the DTI community is disgusting and a mistake. After I spoke out, they promptly fired me. The community manager absolutely did nothing about the situation, and all she did was make them say sorry for the mistreatment, and genuinely didn't care. I was fired for speaking about mod chat, but every mod has done the same thing. Don't trust their community, not to mention they told us mods not to ban people for being sexist to non-binary people and men, saying it was okay for members to wish death upon them. So this thread is absolutely insane. Another thread talking about these horrible allegations. These are just some of the allegations involved about this situation. Now, in my personal opinion, here's what I hear from this, and this is just my complete point of view. I'm not saying this is anyone else's, it's just my opinion on these allegations. What I think, for one, is that this Gigi person clearly has a weird sense of humor, which in most situations is that's okay. People saying sort of kind of weird things as their sense of humor. The only thing that really starts to get to where it's an issue is when you're saying it about other people and you're doubling down on it and you don't apologize. Believe me, I've made some mistakes with my jokes in the past, but in no way, shape, and form is there any reason why someone should be doing that about another person and then not apologizing for it for multiple months. It really seems like she was doing all this and did not care until she knew that her career was at threat, and that is just absolutely insane. It's really sad to see this happening because Dress to Impress is a very successful game that is literally partnered directly with Roblox, and most likely the people involved in this video and the people who gave out these allegations and were treated so horribly will probably not get any justice or restitution for this. Because the game is so popular, the game is probably going to continue to stay popular for a long time. But who knows? I'll make sure to keep you guys updated on whatever occurs, so please do like this video and subscribe with notifications if you guys do want to be updated. Thank you all and have a good day. As I was editing this video, the Dress to Impress owner actually did give a response, which I will be talking about in my next video, so make sure to turn on your notifications and take care.